Hey guys, welcome back to my channel AG Motion Designs, and in today's video we are going to create this title animation inside of After Effects without using any third-party plugin. So if you are new to this channel, then please consider to subscribe this channel and also hit the bell icon to get more amazing updates. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. So here we are in Adobe After Effects. Let's create a new composition. I'll call it as main animation. Width is 1920, height is 180, frame rate is 30, and duration I am going to choose 20 seconds for this animations. And background color I am going to choose black color and simply hit OK and hit OK. Then choose grid and guide option and hit title selection. And first we will type our text. I'll type design first. Select this text, press Ctrl Alt Home to align that anchor point to the center. Go to the Align tab, align it horizontally and then align it vertically. Go to the character menu and I'm going to choose semi-bold version of this font. Select this text, press S and scale it. Press V for selection tool and bring this over here. Then type our another text. Let's call it as motion. Hit Ctrl A and I'm going to choose light version of this font. Decrease the scale a little bit. Select this text, press Ctrl Alt Home to align that anchor point to the center. Press V and let's move this over here like that. So this is gonna be our text format like this, or you can select this one as a white and you can select different color over here like this, or any sort of color you want. Let's choose something like this. Select this text, let's move this over here. This is gonna be our design, and now I'm going to create one rectangle and I don't want any stroke, so I'll delete this stroke. And now I'm going to create one rectangle over here like this. Select this, press Ctrl Alt Home to align that anchor point to the center. Select this rectangle and let's move this over here. Hit U. Yeah, this looks good to me. Now select our pen tool. Now I don't want any fill, so I'll delete this fill. All I want is stroke, and for the stroke I'm going to select this color and hit OK. And by creating one point over here and one point over here, and stroke width I'm going to choose 5 like this. Select this, go to the add menu, choose not trim path but repeater. Go to the repeater. Let's increase the copies to 100. Go to the transform repeater 1 and position I'm going to decrease it somewhere around over here. Select this, press P for position and let's move this over here. Create one keyframe over here and go to around 10 seconds and let's move this thing up to here like that. So we will get this kind of animation. Now select this shape layer, bring this at the top. Select this shape layer, I mean this stroke layer, and choose alpha inverted, not inverted but alpha matte. Now select this shape layer, press S, unlink this option, create one keyframe over here, go to around 1 second, again create another keyframe, go to the start and let's make it 0. Now select those keyframes, hit F9, go to the graph editor, select this graph by holding shift, move this handle over here and this handle over here. So we will get something like this. So this is our extra element, you can say, for our text like this. And now we will select this pen tool and now we will create one stroke from here to here like that. Now select this, press Ctrl Alt Home to align that anchor point to the center. Then go to the add menu and choose trim path. Go to the trim path and let's make it, let's say 40 maybe. And if you increase the offset value we will get this continuous animation, so let's make this 70 like that and alt click on this offset, or instead of that what you can do, simply create one keyframe over here, go to around 20 seconds and let's make this 10. So if you see this we will get something like this. Let's go over here and let's make this 30, so we will get some fast animations. Now select this stroke, hit Ctrl D, press V and let's move this over here. And for this one I'm going to choose white color and increase the stroke width to 10. Select this, hit Ctrl D, let's move this over here. Hit Ctrl D, let's move this over here, and stroke width I'm going to choose 2 like that. So we'll get this kind of continuous animations throughout our whole animation. Now we will select all those layers, press S for scaling option, unlink all the scaling, create one keyframe over here, go to around 1 second, create another keyframe, go to the start, and let's make them 0. Now select those keyframes, hit F9, go to the graph editor, select this graph by holding shift, move this handle over here and this handle over here, and zoom in. Go to around 5 seconds, select this, move this over here, this one over here, and this one over here. So we will get something like this animation throughout our animation. Now select all the stroke layers and press P for position, create one keyframe over here and go to around 12 seconds. Select this one, let's move this over here, select this one, move this one over here, select this one, let's move this over here, select this one, and let's move this over here. So we will get this kind of continuous animation like that. So this is all about our extra elements. So I'll select all of them and I'll press Ctrl Shift C to pre-compose it, and I'll call it as extra element and hit OK, and let's hide them for now. Now we have to focus on our motion and design text. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select this text. Let's go to the character option and we will decrease the distance between them like that. Select this one also decrease the distance between them like this. Let's move this over here like that. Let's enable this. Yeah, select this extra elements, let's move this a little bit over here. If this looks good to me. Now we have to animate our text. So for that, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select my text. Now this is just a reference layer, so I'll select this, press T for opacity, and let's make it 50 opacity, and we'll lock this layer. Now we will create one text, let's call it as M. Select this text, press Ctrl Alt Home to align that anchor point to the center, press V for selection tool, and let's move this over here. Now we will animate this. So press P for position, S for scaling option, and yeah, that's enough, and press U to reveal all the keyframes, and we will select this keyframe and we will move them over something around 6 seconds. Now select this position keyframe, and now we will select this M text, hit Ctrl D, hit U. Yeah, we have this extra layer, and now we will hide this. We will select this M and we will delete this keyframe from here. Now we will select this text, let's move this over here like that, create one keyframe, go to around 10 seconds, and let's move this over here, go a few frames forwards, or let's move this over here, go over here, we'll move this over here. After that, let's move this over here, few frames forwards, let's move this over here. And now at this point, as you can see, we have one extra reference layer, so I'll hit U, and now I'm gonna create one keyframe over here. I'll select those keyframe, I'll hit Ctrl C, I'll select this text and I'll hit Ctrl V like that. So we will get something like this. Now as you can see, this is quite weird. So now I'm gonna select those keyframes, I'll hit F9, right click, keyframe interpolation, instead of auto bezier I'll choose linear. So we will get rid of this. Yeah, now we don't need that reference layer, so I'll delete that. I'm gonna select this keyframes, hold Alt, and let's move this somewhere over here like this. Now we will select this position keyframes, we'll go to the graph editor, we will select this graph, and by holding shift I'll move this handle over here and this handle over here. Also select this, sorry, so only select this handle by holding shift, move this over here and this one over here, and let's see what we have. Yeah, we will get something like this. Now I'm going to select this text, I'll press R for rotation, I'm going to create one keyframe over here, hit U, go over here, let's make it one complete rotation, over here again make it 0, go over here again one rotation, go over here again 0, and over here one complete rotation. So if you see this, we will get something like this. So now I'm gonna select those keyframe and I'm gonna hit F9 like that, and go to the graph editor, select this graph by holding shift, move this handle over here and this handle over here. So let's see like that. 1, or instead of 1 you can make this 2 also. Let's say 3. Go over here, let's say 4, and at last let's make it 5, like that. Now go to the start, press S for scaling option. Initially it should be 10 ATU. Go over here, let's make it 20. At this point it should be 40. At this point it should be 60. At this point it should be 80, and finally it's going to be 100. Now select those keyframe, hit F9, go to the graph editor, again select this graph, holding shift, move this handle over here and this handle over here, like this. Initially let's make it 30 only, so it should be visible. Yep, so my motion is ready. I'm gonna select this text, I'll press Ctrl Shift C and let's pre-compose and let's call it as M, like that. Now select this M composition, hit Ctrl D, hit enter and let's call it as O. Hit Ctrl D, hit enter, let's call it as T. Hit Ctrl D, hit enter, let's call it as I. We have O again, so hit Ctrl D, hit enter, let's call it as N. Now we will go inside this I, we will select this text, I'll press Ctrl T to choose my text tool. I'll type I over here, then I'm gonna select this N, select this text, let's make it N. Select this O composition, select this text, sorry, with this O, select this T, let's call it as T. Yeah, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring my O over here, press P for position, and let's move this over here. Then we need to bring our T, press P, move this over here, then I. We have O again, hit Ctrl D, bring this at the top, press P for position, move this over here. Then we have N, sorry, select this N, move this over here, press P for position, let's move this over here, like that. Now what we will do, we will move this 5 frame forward, so go to the 5, select this O, let's move this over here. This one should be here, this one should be here, this one should be here. Or you can select all of them, move them over here, and we will start from the end. And if you want, you can choose 10 frames distance also, it's gonna be fine. Yep, so if you hide this now and if you reveal the extra elements, you will get something like this. I think we need to make 5 frames distance because it's getting too slow. Yep, this looks good to me. Now we will focus on our design term. So for that, again we will choose our text. We will type D over here, hit Ctrl A, select the semi-bold version. Let's see this text, press S for scaling option, select this, also make it 160. Press Ctrl Alt Home to align that anchor point to the center, press V. Let's adjust this over here, select this text and let's see font size. We will copy the font size, select this, and now we will adjust this composition like that, ATO. And now we will animate this text. So for that we will select this text and press P for position. I'm going to create one keyframe over here, go few frame forwards, Again create another keyframe. Let's move this over here, and let's move this somewhere around over here. Initially let's go to the 10 frames, and now I'm gonna move this over here like that. Select those keyframe, right click, keyframe interpolation. I'm going to use linear and hit OK like that. Let's move this somewhere around over here. Yep, this looks good to me. Go to the start, select this X position, hit Ctrl C, go over here, hit Ctrl V like that. Now go over here at the last keyframe, we have this Y position, hit Ctrl C, go over here and hit Ctrl V. So we will get something like this. Now we will hit F9 to ease those keyframe. Go to the graph editor, select this graph by holding shift. Let's move this handle over here. Sorry, select this, holding shift, move this handle over here and this handle over here like that. So we'll get this kind of animation. Also select this text, press R for rotation, one keyframe over here, hit U. So now go over here, let's make it 180 over here, and at this point let's make it 360, which means one complete rotation. Now we will select this text, we will hit F9, go to the graph editor, select this graph by holding shift. Let's move this over here and this one over here. Now select those keyframe by holding Alt. I'm gonna move this over here, so we'll get this kind of animation. Now I'm gonna select this text, I'll press Ctrl Shift C and let's make it D only and hit hit OK. Now I'm gonna select this D and hit let's see what we have. Select this D and hit Ctrl D to duplicate it, hit enter and let's call it as E. Sorry. And double click on it and go over here and make it E like that. Yep. Now we will hide all of them so we can focus on our this text only. Now bring this E over here, press P for position and let's move this over here like that. Select this E, hit Ctrl D, hit enter and let's call it as S. Double click on it, select this and press S, Shift S. Let's move this over here, press P for position like this. Yep. Now select this S, hit Ctrl D, hit enter, let's call it as I, hit OK. And let's move this over here, press S, and now this time I'm gonna make it -100 like that. Double click on it, go inside this and let's make it I. And now I'm going to select this I, press P and let's move this over here for now. Yeah, so if you see this, these are coming from this and these are coming from this side. Now select this I, hit Ctrl D, hit enter and let's call it as G. Go inside this G, select this I text and make it G. Now we will select this text, press S, unlink this and let's make it -60. Now go to the main animation, we will bring this G over here. Press S, unlink this and let's make it -100. So as you can see we are getting this G properly, so I'm gonna move this over here. Now select this G, hit Ctrl D, hit enter, let's call it as N, hit OK. Double click on it, select this text, hit Ctrl T, let's call it as N like that. And make sure this N is in minus, scaling option is in minus property, and bring this N over here, press S, unlink this option and let's make it -100 like that. So now we are getting this kind of animations for each and every one. So now first thing should be appear is S and I. So zoom in a little bit, go to 5 frames, move this I over here, go to 10 frames, then we want this E to animate, then 15 frames we want this G, then at 20 frames we want this D should be gonna animate, and at this point it should be animate like this. So now we will hide this design, so we'll get something like this. Now we will select all of them and press Ctrl Shift C and let's call it as design text and hit OK. Then we will call this all this motion text. I'll press Ctrl Shift C to pre-compose. I'll call it as motion text and hit OK. And now we will enable this text. Press T for opacity to increase this opacity, like that. We will select this design text. We will go to the effect and presets panel and we will search for fill effect, and let's apply this. And with the help of the speaker, I'm going to select this color, and now we don't need those text layers anymore, so we will get this kind of animations and enable this extra elements now. So if you see this animation, for now we will get something like this. Now let's close all of them. Press Ctrl A to select all of them. Press Ctrl Shift C to pre-compose, and like that. Hit Ctrl D. Let's hide this one for now. Press S. Let's make it 120. Create one keyframe. Let's make this something like that, and around 7 seconds I'm gonna make it 100. Double click on it, select this extra elements and bring them at the top of them, like that, and hit N. So if you see this animation, now we will get something like this. If you want, let's make this 130 also, so we will get this kind of animation. Now I'm going to select this layer over here, press S, and let's scale it like that. And now I'm going to select my rectangle tool and I'm going to select one mask like that, and let's make this inverted matte. Go to the mask option and I'm going to increase this feathers. Select this, press T for opacity, and let's make it 20, like that. So now if you see this animation, we will get something like this. Also select this, press P for position. Let's move this over here, create one keyframe, go few frames forwards, and let's move this over here. So we will get this continuous animation over here also. You can select this, press T, and let's make it 10 also. Now right click, new, and you can create one adjustment layer. Go to the effect and presets panel and you can search for glow effect on it. You can increase the threshold to 90, glow radius to 50, or let's make it 100. Let's make this glow threshold to 100, the glow intensity to 0.5 or even more than that, like that. You can select this comp. You can go to the effect and presets panel and you can search for transform effect. Apply this transform, and if you increase the value of skew or something, let's make the skew axis 90, and if you skew it up to 10, so you will get this kind of tint effect like this. You can select this transform, hit Ctrl C, select this layer and hit Ctrl V. So we'll get this kind of elegant text reveal inside of After Effects without using any third-party plugin. So that's it for today's video. We will see you in my next video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. If you like this tutorial, then please consider to subscribe this channel and also hit the bell icon to get more updates. Until then, stay tuned.